What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Yep, ready for our reaction by CJ the Champ, and we're gonna take a look how General Grievous went from buff to straight up go because that's exactly how he sounded like. And yeah, this series is called Star Wars Clone Wars, and it's funny because I never heard about that cartoon one because you know I wasn't used to the Star Wars back in the day, but when I saw the movie and the video about it, I was like, yeah, I gotta see what Star Wars is about. And besides, I also played that Lego Star Wars game back in the day. God, that was a I gotta tell you, man, that was a memory of a lifetime. I remember when me and my sister used to play that Lego game all the time. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. What a memory. But anyway, yeah. So let's not waste no time. It's time to see how General Grievous became the menace to a yeah, let's take a look. Let's yeah. Without further ado, let's begin this video. The Forbidden Files. Okay. Oh.
Welcome to a brand new
Yep.
series on the channel. The
Forbidden Files. Ooh.
Explain to y'all what this is. These are not trials. These are files and cases for characters that, quite honestly, don't even need a trial. New tier called the
Okay.
tier, and it is strictly reserved for legends of the game. And we're starting this series off with a character that was so disgustingly broken, he had to get nerfed. That is none other than 2003 General Grievous.
Oh.
The Grievous in 03 was the devil in animated form. Let's talk about 03 Grievous like let's talk about Vaughn. Like, dude was a Jedi killing machine that was non-force sensitive, by the way. Like, for real, dead ass, bro. If he wanted you out of there, he'd go do it himself, on feet by himself. The nigga straight up had to go. And let me just give y'all a warning right now before we even start. If you have only seen Grievous from Revenge of the Sith in 3D Clone Wars and have never seen this man in the 2D version, then woo!
We're in for a treat.
Waste no more time. Without further ado,
Yeah. Let's take a look at this forbidden character.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Case 1. Sliming out to multiple
Jedis at once.
Now,
Ooh.
this right here was Grievous' first appearance in any type of Star Wars media. And man, I'll tell you, boy, this on record has to be one of the craziest character debuts of all time. So this is how this went down. While Anakin and Obi-Wan was finishing up a mission on this one planet, they get hailed from this one Jedi Master. And this man is fighting for his life and panicking. Bro was on the line like,
Like what?
And the next thing that you see when they swap to that planet is this man falling over and dying, and Grievous stopping the communicator in the
Oh!
The first time you ever catch a glimpse of this demon is him booming a Jedi Master. Not just a regular Jedi Knight, a whole ass master. That is fucking horrifying. Now let's continue. The other Jedi that are with the Master that just got boomed are being completely surrounded by...
Oh, they're getting destroyed out there.
They had been completely surrounded at this abandoned ship. Grievous makes them cease fire. And after he made all the droids stop shooting, this man got on the mic and said, "Attention, Jedi Storm. You are surrounded by the glorious Separatist army. Now, I pulled out my character. So I would teach you right the ground, but where will be the fun in that? So I, General Grievous, will personally commander and fire you niggas out myself. Prepare yourself for your impending doom, Jedi." So after Grievous drops the mic and proclaims that he's gonna slime out the Jedi himself, they all start taking position and getting prepared for this nigga. Grievous is walking towards them right now. And let me say this real quick. The Jedi in here are no pushovers. Especially these three. Longhead ass Kiadi Mundi, who is a member of the Jedi Council, Jacques T, who was a pain in the ass to fight in the Force Unleashed, and Ayla Secura, the alien shorty that took like 10,000 backshots from clones in Revenge.
Oh my god.
Known Jedi Masters. And the fact that this Grievous had this long head ass motherfucker.
He's sweating. Uh-huh.
He's insane. So while Grievous was approaching them, all they could hear was his footsteps echoing around the wreckage. They couldn't tell where this dude was at all. So this is where the insanity begins. This poor Padawan that looks like Shaggy, believe it or not, his name is actually Shaggy. When I first watched this, I was like, why does this dude look like Shaggy? And
Well,
boy, oh boy,
yep, you found out.
This
Yep.
actually is a
Jedi version of Shaggy.
Like, that is just hilarious to me.
Wow.
But anyways, while Grievous's footsteps got louder and louder, Shaggy, being the same scary ass nigga in Star Wars as well, ended up losing his composure. So he runs outside just to get squashed by Grievous.
Yo, RP to Shaggy. Yeah.
Insane deaths I've ever seen. This nigga Grievous jumped on the
Damn.
rope,
Straight up.
the sonic rings out that nigga. If you pay attention
Woo.
very closely, his entire body disappeared. That means the impact of that fall was so hard, his carcass was squished into the ground.
Dang, man. Yeah, he stomped him so hard that his entire body just got deleted. Like, it was so brutal, they didn't even show the rest of it. Yeah, they did not show it.
His body was literally unrecoverable. So after Grievous squashed Shaggy, he starts towering over all the Jedi and laughing at their asses. Then shows them his 10-foot mechanical body and then just disappears. These niggas were shook.
Fear me.
This just turned into a survival horde. Grievous really started playing Dead by Daylight with these niggas, just toying with them while he was ready to hunt them down one by one. So while they were moving back with their backs against each other, you see this nigga appear out of the shadows like Batman hanging from the roof. Dude is literally looking over them, stalking his prey. So Grievous finally decided he was ready to get active. He jumps from the roof and starts going to town on these niggas, fighting the whole 1v5 and enjoying every second of it. And dude, this man is a literal cheat code. He can turn his
Whoa!
This is the most unfair shit.
He was.
How are you supposed to fight a 10-foot cyborg that can move his body like a baby?
No question, you can't.
That's not all he can do, because this is about to get even more insane. He's still breakdancing on their asses, fighting them with his feet. No way in hell a 10-foot cyborg should be moving like this. No twin.
Not at all. He moving that body. I
wholeheartedly understand why George Lucas nerfed this.
Yeah.
So as the fight continued, long-head ass Ki-Adi-Mundi tried to force push bro, but Grievous dodged it and landed on the side of the roof. So this is when Grievous decided to start singling them out. He jumps back in and hits the ground so hard he made a smoke screen. So this wildebeest looking nigga decided to go in and try to fight him one-on-one, but Grievous pulls off a crazy move. He blocks his attack.
Nice.
When old boy tried to swing at him again, he dropped his saber, cut him across the head with his green one, then just slapped him with his
Oh, he dead.
Boom, that musty ass wildebeest immediately he was 1v1 with him. So after the wildebeest Yeti hybrid got boomed, Shakti decides to throw a bunch of scrap out. But Grievous ends up cutting through all of it. Then this one Jedi tries to pull up on him. I'm gonna refer to him as Yeet because the nigga got a turban on his head. Grievous grabs his elongated head with his grippers and slams both head into the ground, breaking his neck on his Bro didn't stand a chance. He didn't even get to swing.
Ow, there goes your neck.
His last seconds of life was him getting his face gripped by this man's foot, then eating dirt right after that. But old boy wasn't the only person to get his face gripped, because after Grievous boomed him, Ayla came in trying to swing, but Grievous gripped her face mid-air, then swung both of their bodies across the map with his feet. That has got to be one of the most insane ways to
Oh my God.
a nigga.
Yeet, yeet.
Is OD. So the last two Jedi remaining were Longhead Ki-Adi and Shakti. So Grievous ended up zoning them both out of their range. Then he drop kicks Ki-Adi's ass across the stage, taking him out of the fight. And this just left Grievous one-on-one with Shakti. And he was pushing her shit.
Fight for a life.
Panicking, barely holding on and blocking his strikes. So he ended up knocking
there goes your lightsaber.
Then he comes in to swing on her, her, but Shakti barely blocks this with the force and gets sent flying into a pillar, and she is out of commission. So the last man standing was Kiadi Mundi with his elongated dingling head. So Grievous grabs Shakti's saber and picked it up with his foot. And he was staring at this nigga Kiadi, laughing at his ass like, "You fool with your elongated head. I've been trained in your Jedi arts by Count." So after Grievous finished taunting this man, he ends up pushing Kiadi and knocking the saber
there goes your lightsaber.
immediately. And Grievous ends up going in for the kill. But at the last millisecond, Kiadi ends up getting bailed out by the clones.
Nice.
And the clones looked at that boy Grievous and said, "Troopers, blast that half-brick clanker." So they start shooting at Grievous, and Grievous hits the dash, while the clones are blasting every single piece
going
of
all
ammo
out.
that they have at this man. So while they continue trying to shoot bro down, Grievous decides to drop in and starts to murder all of the clones in front of him. So after Grievous ended up mowing
Get
down
mowed.
the whole front line, a whole gunship ends up pulling up right in front of his face. And this is when Grievous finally decided to make a strategic retreat. So Grievous ends up hitting the
I'm out
dash
here.
again. That man is out of there. I know this 40-yard dash speed is fast. And Kiadi and the clones end up retreating. So yeah, that right there was General
Lord have
Grievous'
mercy.
first ever appearance. So let's review this card.
Yeah, let's review it.
He crushed Shaggy into oblivion, put Wildebeest nigga up on a shirt, ripped Yeet with his feet, and broke his neck.
Ouch.
Threw their asses across the ship with his feet, and damn near killing Shakti along with Kiadi Mundi. Oh, and I forgot old boy at the beginning that got bullied on the
him
communicator, along with his entire battalion. So yeah, this man packed up 4 Jedi, put Ayla and Shakti on a stretcher, and had Kiadi's ass rethinking life. This is one of the nastiest debuts a character has ever had to date. So yeah, and guess what? That was only case 1. We still got another case left. And boy, let me tell you, it gets even crazier.
Oh, we got more to go, so let's see more of it.
Let's move on to
Case 2.
The Siege on Coruscant. Now, what you're about to see are the events that basically open up episode 3. Even though this series is now considered Legends continuity, this is still kind of what basically happened. So how this went down. This evil-ass conniving nigga Palpatine sent this man Grievous to invade Coruscant and capture him. So the Separatists end up pulling up to Coruscant, and a massive battle just ensues. Now, before we get to Grievous, we gotta take a detour real quick, because this is one of the hardest moments in Star Wars history. This nigga Captain Fordo was popping off this battle. Nigga turned into the Doomslayer. Just look at this shit. Him and his squad are being overran, but he didn't care. So boom, the battle droid in front.
Nice.
Turned around, smacked this nigga.
Oh, okay.
Dumped the clip in his ass. Then he throws his gun at this droid, blows his head off, then picks up his blaster in his left hand and started mowing these niggas
off.
like, nah, bro. You know this man was top of the leaderboard in every single Battlefront lobby. He just dropped off 20 droids in the span of 20 seconds. So while the battle continued and Captain Porter was running up the scoreboard, we see this nigga watching the battle, sipping tea, not giving a care in the world. This man doesn't care at all what is happening right now. He's just looking at all
drinking
this
his
shit
tea.
like, ooh, I orchestrated all this shit. I don't give a damn what's happening, nigga.
You're gonna get
So
soon.
while Palpatine was enjoying his tea, Shakti, a bunch of troopers and 2 Jedi end up pulling up with her. And they're trying to get this man Palpatine to safety. Well, Palpatine was just stalling and acting like, oh, Master Shakti, greetings. Would you like to enjoy some tea with me while I watch the battle? And she like, no, old ass nigga, I'm trying to get your ass to safety. But while they continued to stay in this room, they started hearing footsteps around the room. And when they started getting louder, Shakti knew immediately who this was.
Hi, how are you?
So he
Whoa!
letting himself right in the room. And look at this mechanical, lanky ass nigga ore farm. Bro really had to hit a whole JoJo's pose before he started dropping niggas off. So this nigga Grievous looking at Palpatine like, greetings, Master, I've come to pick you up. Shut the fuck up, you mechanical Nimrod. They're not supposed to know that shit till the 3rd movie. I'm sorry,
You
now
better.
capture me and make it look believable. So Grievous tries to grab him, but Shakti pulls him away. And they end up taking Palpatine, and Grievous is surrounded by about 20 clones. But Bro didn't care that he was surrounded
Nope.
at all.
Not
he was
even.
actually ecstatic. because now he can let loose and kill some niggas. So the clones start firing and Grievous jumps up and immediately starts mowing every clone in the room down. Look at what he does to this one dude. He grabs him and plants him on the wall, then just slices him down the middle. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this next guy got done dirty even worse. Grievous slices Bro's gun in half, then he grabs him by the leg with his own leg, then throws him out the window. Wow, bro, that is one of the worst ways to ever go out.
Oh my god, RIP to that man. He just got General Grievous just grabbed his leg, he just got he just straight went yeet! He just out of there.
Bro grabbed his leg with his own leg, then
yeet!
Fly, and he's gonna fall
Goodness
for like
gracious.
before he goes splat. Oh man, rip that
yeah.
guy, bro. So as he continued to murder everybody in this room, take this guy up to the sky to see God, we get to one of the nastiest kills of all time. Grievous grabs this one
Then they get with the grippies.
face with his grippers, then slams his skull into the wall.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
dear God, that might be worse than the guy that fell 100 floors.
Definitely.
Right. You can see the horror on this one clone's face. You don't even see his face, but you can tell just by the look. If I saw one of my homies get slimed like that, I'm gonna be real, I wouldn't know what to do.
Nope.
At this point, just put the gun down and accept your fate.
Uh-huh.
Those are your only options. Look what happens to this royal guard. Bro grabs him with his grip, starts using him as a body shield, then slams him on the ground. These clones are having some of the most horrific deaths I've ever seen, because this is just getting ridiculous. So Grievous just continued to murder everyone in that. Those clones
they
no chance against this one. They were literally used as meat shields so Shakti and them could get away. So while they was waiting by the elevator, all they could hear were just the screams of everybody getting murdered in there. Look at this one spamming the button trying to get the
I don't blame him.
up. This dude is horrified of what he's hearing in there. So when the screams stopped, they knew the head start that they got was over.
Yep.
Grievous burst through the door on all fours, running at them like a rabid dog, while dodging multiple force pushes. So Shakti ends up finally hitting them.
Nice.
I get some time to get in the elevator, but that didn't put Grievous down at all.
Not
So
even.
Later on, after they escaped, they're all taking this high-speed elevator down to the ground. So they thought they were safe. They thought they had time to breathe, but that lasted for a whopping 10 seconds. They look to the right, and this nigga Grievous is running down the building.
Dang, he hauling right next to them.
High-speed elevator. Like, no, bro, no,
Dang.
man. This
Now we
has
can
got
finally
to be
understand why George Lucas nerfed this man.
It's ridiculous. So this one clone said, nah, twin, fuck this shit.
Yeah, screw this.
Decides to shoot a rocket launcher at him. And I'm not gonna lie, was that warranted? Yes.
Definitely.
They gotta try something to stop this man. So when they finally reach the ground floor, they are surrounded by a bunch of super battle droids. And Grievous just drops from the building right in front of them. So Mr. Manslug nigga decides to use a force howl, but Grievous was prepared this time. He uses those damn grippers, digs in the ground, and starts moving through the house. They was trying every trick in the book and couldn't stop this man at all. So they just decided to run. There was no point in fighting. So
Grab shit and run.
Grievous's Magna Guards end up killing the final two clones. So the only ones that were left standing protecting Palpatine was Shakti and the other two Jedi. So they were having to run for their lives through the city while Grievous and his Magna Guards were chasing them. And this whole chase was just insane. They went from fighting on a ship to Grievous just destroying it, making it crash in the middle of the city. Then they ended up fighting in a subway station. And I'm not gonna lie, this next scene had to be one of the most terrifying scenes of all time. When they thought they were safe behind this train, this man Grievous behind. Jump scare of doom. So he starts walking them down and pushing them back. Then kicks both of the two Jedi to the side. So he ends up walking up to Shakti and telling her, "Salutations, Jedi scum! You may have escaped from me before, but today you will be slimed!" But Shakti ends up pulling off a 10,000 IQ big brain play. She used the force to wrap this man's cape around the train. So when the train was ready to go, Grievous just gets yoinked. And this finally gives some time to escape from this man. So about a good 20 minutes pass, and they think that they finally shaken Grievous. Shakti ended up splitting up from him, and the other two Jedi ended up taking Palpatine to his bunker so he could be safe. So when they got in there and locked all the doors, they thought that they were in the clear, but they were soon about to realize not even getting yoinked by a high-speed train would stop this nigga. Grievous was waiting for them in that room the entire time.
Woo!
He dropped down
Man, that's
and
terrifying.
found the other two Jedi, and while he was doing that, look at this evil conniving mother that told him back like,
Yeah, you did.
slime those niggas, Grievous. Put them on a shit. So while Grievous continued to fight them, they end up getting stuck in a lightsaber clash. And this is when Grievous finally revealed his trump card. The thing that he's most famous for.
Yep.
He
4 arms with 4 lightsabers.
and starts using all 4 of them holes. And when he was using all 4 of his arms, they stood no chance.
Nope.
Grievous cuts both of them down in a heartbeat.
KO.
And it was game over for both of them. So Grievous finds Palpatine, and he looking at him like, I've done it, Lord Sidious. Are you impressed? About fucking time, you half-breed clank. Now get me on the ship and let's fucking get... Okay, on a real note, Grievous actually never knew that Palpatine was Sidious. That is still hilarious to how oblivious he was to him. But anyways, Shakti finally ends up making it to the room, but she's too late.
Yeah.
She sees the other two Jedi dead. And Grievous holding up Palpatine, and Palpatine looking at her like, oh, hello, Shakti, dear. I'm having a little trouble here. Can you please help me? So Shakti runs at Grievous, but he hits her saber to the side and just chokes her. So he takes her saber, adds it to his collection, then decides to give Shakti some actual shock. He just electrocutes the hell out of her. And
Ouch.
just ties her up and leaves her there. So Grievous ends up taking Palpatine to his shack. But before he was about to leave, my goat, Mace, motherfucking
Hello, buddy.
and looked at Grievous like, you
Time for your ass to get nerfed.
This man's sternum. Look how he had this man Grievous
Yeesh.
back. Lord have mercy.
Yep.
And this is the incident in this continuity that gave him that iconic
I'll
cough.
cough
So
like
after
crazy.
the ship takes off and Grievous escapes, Revenge of the Sith starts. That's
What a
basically
dog.
case 2. So let's
Yeah.
look at our final Carnage report for case 2. This man launched a full invasion on Coruscant, broke
Jeez.
into the Chancellor's room and slimed like 20 clones in the most brutal way fashion, then decided to chase the Jedi throughout the whole city, then kill 2 of them and knock out Shakti for a second time. This is some of the most wicked work of
You have
all
ever
time.
seen. Yep, and that was that.
Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. And that is the end of our first ever Forbidden File. I hope everybody can clearly see and understand
Definitely.
why this demon got nerfed. Because if he was moving like this in Revenge of the Sith in 3D Clone Wars, then dear God, the Republic would have been cut. So yeah, 2003 General Grievous, that nigga had to go. Just straight up. So with that being said, hopefully y'all enjoyed. Let me know if y'all want any more Forbidden Files because I have a whole list of these. And also make sure to follow the other socials because that is where I'll tell y'all what all the future videos will be. And until next time.
Yep, that's that. Wow, man. It's crazy. So yeah, that was my reaction of how General Grievous on CJ Champ video, how General Grievous went from buff to nerfed. And you know, I gotta check out where this series actually existed. Okay, let's see here. Never noticed this would actually happen, but I'm actually searching the wrong thing. But, yeah, I got nothing to say at this point, but, yeah, General Grievous just... Yeah, he was a straight menace in the 2003 version. And a lot of people say that this was shown on Cartoon Network. Yikes. But, yeah, this General Grievous in the cartoon version just straight up killed a bunch of Jedis, killed a bunch of clones, started a whole war. And yeah, that's all I gotta say about General Grievous. And it didn't help that Emperor Palpatine made him do this whole thing in the first place. Oh man, he was so evil. Believe me, he was. Well, George Lucas, I can finally understand why you nerfed General Grievous. I can finally understand why you nerfed him. Yeah, this man over here all over Anakin Skywalker. So, yeah, that's my reaction. So, hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll see y'all in the next video.